Good afternoon and happy Friday, Bell families. This is Principal Hubbard with an important announcement regarding activities to return materials to the school site next week. So please make sure that you listen to this message carefully. Next week, we have designated time for students to return their textbooks, instruments, and laptop devices. We do not want families to stress about this. We recognize that families are dealing with a variety of different struggles, and the last thing we want to do is add to your stress. However, it is very important that students return textbooks, instruments, and laptop devices. At this time, only students that are leaving the district, the city, the state, or the country will need to return their laptop devices before they leave. All students need to return instruments so that we can take proper inventory to ensure that we have instruments necessary to run a music program for the next school year. As for textbooks, if for some reason you're not able to return textbooks to the school site next week, no matter what school you go to next year, they are going to require textbook return in order to complete registration. So again, if for some reason your family is not able to make it to the site based on the schedule that we provide for next week, then you can return these materials in August, and more information about that will be sent home later on in the summer. On Monday, all 8th grade students are expected to return the materials I've mentioned earlier. If your last name begins with the letters A through F, you need to come between the hours of 9 and 10. If your last name begins with the letters G through N, you need to come between the hours of 10 and 11. If your last name is between the letters O and Z, you should come between the hours of 11 and 12. Tuesday is our 7th grade material drop-off day. If your last name is between the letters A through E, please return your materials between 9 and 10 a.m. If your last name is between the letters F through M, please come between the hours of 10 and 11. If your last name is between the letters N through Z, we're asking that you please come between the hours of 11 to 12. For 6th graders, your day to return materials is Wednesday. If your last name begins with the letters A through F, we're asking that you come between 9 and 10. If your last name begins with the letters G through N, we are asking that you come between 10 and 11. And if your last name begins with the letters O through Z, we are asking that you come between 11 and 12. We've designated this particular schedule for the safety of staff as well as students and families. Per district and San Diego County health codes, we have been asked not to allow too many students and families to access the site at one time. If you are driving to the site, you will drive into the south lot up to the staff parking lot where you will check in with a staff member. Staff members will use large rolling carts to roll up to your vehicle to collect your textbooks, instruments, and devices. You will not get out of your vehicle. You will pass those textbooks, instruments, and devices through the car window to the staff member. Please make sure the materials are in plastic bags, and anyone in a vehicle with their windows rolled down must wear a mask. Families should bring a sheet of paper with information to identify the student. First name, last name, and grade level would be appreciated. And a second sheet of paper identifying the students and the contents of the bag can be written on a sheet of paper and included in the bagged items. Large equipment that cannot fit in a bag should have the student's first and last name attached via a piece of paper. Please ensure a full arm's length between the family member in the car and the staff person on site. Before the 8th grade vehicles leave, they will pick up a goodie bag, which includes the student's 8th grade certificate. For those of you that have submitted the survey to retrieve items from your locker room, will also receive your bag of items. The items have been pre-bagged to prevent unnecessary congregation in the locker room. All staff members will be wearing masks when you access the site. Our main priority is to keep everyone safe at all times, and we appreciate you understanding. Lastly, if you're watching this video and you have not received an email from myself or Vice Principal Lewis regarding material pickup, it is because we do not have an updated primary email address in our system. If you will please email your updated information to Miss Kathy Dean at cdean@sandy.net, we will make sure that that information is updated. It is absolutely important that we have a primary phone number and email address that is active to ensure that you will get all the information and updates necessary moving forward. The reality is distance learning is going to continue to be a part of our learning. I'm just not sure in what context. Our board is going to meet June 16th to discuss the reopening of our schools within our school district. After that meeting, I hope to have more information to share with you all about what our fall semester will look like. I miss my students dearly. I'm praying for you and your families. Have a great weekend.